Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated here again. Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2 and Rob's Realism mod. We are back on the map that we've been on once before in during our American mountain complex defense. The Germans attacked and they managed to secure most of it. Some Americans actually did survive the battle, which was quite impressive, but the remaining force and the position that they actually held was way too small to make a difference for the second attack. They would simply have been eliminated instantly. There was really no way that the Americans could send reinforcements and make a stand over here, actually, which was the point where they survived. It was back here. It would have been just eliminated quite easily. Too many to target in such a small area. No chance, really. So they've fallen back now to the second and last defense, and this is going to be an infantry-only battle. I think a lot of people have been asking for that, and this map is really not good for armor at all, or at least not this part. There's one road that you can take down, but it will just be... I mean, it's just so narrow and tight, and all the AT infantry and bazookas and hand grenades and all that stuff will just detrack and destroy the German armor that would try to cross. So that's not a good idea. The infantry will have to go in. So I'm going to be very short. I think we're going to start it straight away. There are just some really cool paths and positions here that the Germans have to clear out. There's some high ground, there's some low ground, and there's even some middle ground, and it all ends back here. And I think we'll go through the positions as we kind of go. I'm going to be pretty honest with the numbers here, and a lot of people have been having issues when I say I'm not going to control any of the forces, and then I do. But when I do that, it is in the purpose of continuing the battle or forwarding the fight or making sure that both sides actually act accordingly. Sometimes the AI can't be trusted, and then you have to step in. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at a stupid thing, and that's going to annoy even more people. So sometimes you have to step in. But this time, I'm pretty sure that the pathfinding and the AI will do everything correctly. So there's going to be 300 Germans against 100 Americans defending. So it's a pretty good ratio, I think. It'll make for a pretty even battle, considering the fact that the Americans do have a lot of great positions and even some machine guns, some Brownings. So that should be pretty cool. Pretty good. Cool and good means cool. Anyway, we're gonna click start. We're gonna let the battle commence. The Germans will be attacking from all possible positions and places, I guess, but they're gonna be coming from this direction where they actually originated, and there are a whole lot coming in, but not 300 instantly. Obviously, it'll take a while for the whole force to arrive, but we have about a platoon of German SS soldiers taking the front over here now. Some are going to be heading down the road and just to scout out the American defense to see what the opponents have for them, and instantly now they're taking fire. Their positions are under some pretty suppressing fire from the trenches back here that the Americans have set up their positions in. Look at that. Nice. BAR and Garands opening up. We have a few Thompsons as well. Currently just pinning the Germans quite heavily back here. They're really not getting anywhere. They have to spread out and get into their defensive positions. And there's a swarm of German infantry back here coming up. A whole company has formed out of the 300 attacking. How's it looking up here? I think the beginnings of a German SS company is forming on the high ground as well. About to strike the American defenders who have kind of reinforced the positions that they previously held up here. So this was one of the positions that the Americans actually managed to hold since previously, and this is definitely worth defending, because if the Germans get the high ground too early, the poor American defenders down below are not going to stand a chance. So right now they have to hold all types of grounds in all elevations, so to speak. Look at that fire. But there's some good German sharpshooters back there. The Americans are definitely not safe, despite their complex defense here. So I hope everyone remembers the German SS attack during that massive American mountain complex defense. And this is supposed to be water. I can't see it, but then again, water is transparent, but it's meant to be like a water reserve or some sort, so I guess you can tell that's why they swim in it. More and more Americans are starting to fall here by the front, and the Germans are starting to get closer and closer, but it's like they're sending them into the meat grinder, the Garand grinder. A lot of efficient fire being put on these Germans, and they're losing a lot, but the severe amount of manpower is really boosting their combat morale and their efforts here. It's easy to say that. The losses they take right here in this stage are quite minimal compared to what they'll lose throughout the entire battle. Up here, though, I think the Germans have come to a bit of a standstill. They've lost about a squad. I'd say about a dozen men over here. We have a squad leader with an STG-44 making some moves. He's trying to lead with an example, and his men are trying to provide some covering fire further back. American trenches here are pretty much cleared out, but there's a few brave men still holding. Thompsons and Garands and even a BAR getting ready to fire. Look at this. Oh, 30 cal back there opening up. All the way back there is going to be supporting the troops trying to attack this sort of ammunition depot. You can actually cross through it and arrive out here by the bridge, or you can go come out here or here, of course, on the side. So there's several different exits. Down here by the trenches, how's it looking? Well, casualties on the German side are plentiful, but I think they're starting to clear out the American trenches. There's a few soldiers holding back here, but judging by the amount of bullet impacts nearby, they should be looking at some pretty certain deaths very imminently. There, that guy going down. So this trench line here is starting to get secured, at least the first one. But it's going to be extremely brutish and hellish to actually secure the center here, which is very much de-elevated, so to speak, and surrounded by American positions with machine guns, Garands, and all kinds of other nasty things that the Germans don't want to run into, naturally. But perhaps their brothers up top can secure the high ground and then actually make the progress down south, or down below at least, a lot more pain-free. Or nothing's going to be pain-free here, but sorry, slightly easier on the Germans. That wasn't a laughter, that was actually a cough. Starting to quiet up a little bit. Grenade being thrown over the wall. An American who absolutely knew where the Germans were held up at. They're gathering and they're grouping up, and I have no idea how many casualties we should estimate the Germans at right now, but maybe close to 100. We are getting there. Do we do a little... Let's do a little cheeky check. Oh, yeah, baby, it is definitely close to 100. But the Americans are definitely looking at least 25 losses right now. Man, but there are dead littered everywhere. And only when you really highlight them, you understand how many there are. So I'm saying we're looking at close to 100 dead Germans right now, at least over 75, 80. And the Americans are looking at around a fourth of that, around a quarter of that casualty. So if they can keep up, they will actually run the Germans out of manpower before they can secure a victory here. So that is pretty good for them, I suppose. But it is all up to proof here. Oh, man. Jesus, if you have more and more fighters like these, or this one here, Germans are going to have a whole lot of trouble securing this area. He just gunned down half a dozen German soldiers trying to make it to the other side. And they should get some hand grenades over. I don't know why they haven't invested themselves in that. We have a few SS men running up here. Oh. Damn. He missed, or he didn't miss. Oh, but he's executed up close. Give the man a medal or something. Find his dog tags afterwards. Post him. Send him to his family. I don't know. Post-mortem, you know? That kind of bullshit. Anyway. I mean, it's not bullshit at all. Don't get me wrong, but... I mean, of course, you'd rather want to give a man... Or you'd rather want the man getting the medal to be alive. But in some cases, what earns you the medal is actually your sacrifice. I suppose, you know. Like jumping on a hand grenade or... stuff like that. Shit, I don't know. But... It's always... It always saddens me to hear so many people getting medals after their life. I mean, it's nice and all to honor someone, but... people who do heroic deeds deserve to live. As weird as that might sound. But anyway, the Germans are moving up here on the high ground. Jeez, they're really forming a fire base here. That 30 cal, though, is putting a lot of suppressing fire on this position. They need to return. Are we returning fire? No, but a lot of the other Americans are starting to feel the heat. That 30 cal is ripping. Well, that's the high ground, but there are more Germans on the way. There should be, at least. How's it looking down here? Well, they have secured a lot of it. They're moving up a lot further than I thought they were. But those 30 cals, man. Can we get a Scharfschütze? Oh. On the job, and then perhaps... Damn, they're pushing the Germans back. 30 counts of death. Are they returning fire? They should be. So we are looking at a swindling amount of casualties over here by this top position. Absolutely insane. Not to mention that so many have died back there. There might be more Germans in reserve coming up, but I don't kid you when I say that 300 Germans have been deployed to fight here. So if there's more hiding back there, they will arrive. If they're not, then the Germans have literally had 300 men at their disposal. I don't think it's unfair to deploy 2 American 30 caliber machine guns and some elevated bunker positions to counter another 200 Germans in advantage, like 200 plus the actual base amount that the Americans have to use at their defense. So they just need some good shots. And they just need some prioritization. Wait, do you hear that? Whoa. There are Germans coming over here. And wow. So there's, oh, this is exciting. Did they kill? No, they didn't kill him. But they're shooting at the Americans here in this sector. Oh, look, he was shot down. A good rifleman or a machine gunner can easily kill these men. This guy's getting almost hit. We can't see them because they're out there, but it's good to know that they're... Oh, yes! Cool. So there's a really good hope now. Oh, look at the amount of fire this bunker's taking out from the side there. I think they just need a few lucky hits. When he's reloading. But that 30 cal is still delivering some serious damage to this side, and most of these Germans choose to stay down, and I understand that. 30 cal, or I mean MG42 though. Not the most accurate weapon at a distance in that kind of sharpshooting purpose, but if they get just a rifleman or something, there's a lot of Germans back there. There's just gotta be. That explains why there's not 300 in my vision, I feel. But if they can kill that gunner, there we go. I'm talking about it. Now they're going to come around. Now they're going to swing around the flank. So we're going to look for a little bit of a ceasefire for a while here. How's it looking on German efforts down here? Manpower is minimal down here, but I think the high ground is going to be the way to do it. It is really minimal down here. We're looking at about a half a dozen that are still having to deal with that 30 cal right there. Don't get yourself cornered there, Hans. Scheiße! Well, more troops are coming up here. Verstärkung! Vorwärts! So over here, is that a good position to shoot down at the bunker? I think so. That 30 cal's down now, so we can bring up some more troops. Oh, shot down. Some troops here on this kind of bridge. The Germans are free to move through troops through this hall. I made sure it's cleared out so they can move through it, but I think they're gonna sorry about that. I think they're gonna choose this way. Like I'm kind of still sick, but it doesn't bother me to an extent where I'm sneezing or feeling like nose clogged or anything. It's just I get these weird dry coughs every now and then. A good shot from a good marksman could easily kill that man over there, but I think there's some distracting GIs down south. Yeah, there's a few over here. It's obviously going to catch our attention. German casualties on this side are severe. They're going to run out. Damn, sorry about that. Haven't coughed all day, and then of course when I start talking a million words a minute, I'm going to start feeling it. So the Germans got a real boost to reinforcements over here. I'm just really excited to see how many more are hiding. 300 were deployed, and I'm sure the Americans have cut down at least half. And that 30 cal was shot down. I'm sure you can kill another one. Wow, this is fantastic. Cool. Absolutely no German combat assets down here on the low ground. They have died trying to clear this out. They cleared out till the center. So just about here. That's where that line goes. After that, it's American territory. GI territory. But, I mean, Americans have taken losses over here. They definitely have. Some really absurdly far back over here, like in this bunker. Obviously, they're like prime targets for the German shooters and all that. But this here is just crazy. You hear all the voices back here? I think the Germans are looking to get the rest of those 150 men coming in soon. They paid for it. I mean, they didn't pay for it, but you know, they're gonna use what they got. Oh, that guy was blown back. Don't expose yourself so much. That 30 cal cannot touch you up here, so I don't know why they just don't rush through. That's the AI for you. All right, I am so damn excited to see how many. Okay, there is a lot of Germans raining. I just had to look because I was wondering what the hell they're doing. So we're looking at probably at about 100 Germans over here and here. Okay. So this is a mountain passage that I guess you can go through, but it's actually kind of blocked off. I don't know why this is blocked off. It's not meant to be. This is actually was meant to be one of the approach routes. Okay, and I get the comment section right now. Half of you would have been so upset if this wasn't gone, and half of you are now going to be upset that I actually removed it. But once again, I'm the expert here. No, don't argue. I am the expert here, and I can foresee via my magic powers that opening up a slight little more, you know, approach is going to make things a little more interesting. I guarantee you. We'll see if they make use of it or not. There's not a lot of Americans here, and they really can't look. They're just going to sneak around. But what are they going to do through here? Okay, the only way to really make this more interesting now, and I mean this, is to open up a slight gap over here and a little one over there. There we go. We now have created created the formula for a fantastic battle. And I didn't make it easier or harder on anyone. I trust you. Trust me. I mean, I trust you, but what am I even talking about? Anyway, that's where they were. And if I would have not done that, they would have all stayed there forever anyway, looking into the mountain. Now, at least, the Germans are being allowed to use the assets that they had all the time anyway. So that's good. Here we go. Look at that. I'd say there's about an even amount of soldiers left now for both sides. I think the Germans might have a slight advantage, but that's about it. They're not getting anywhere up here. I mean, that's for sure. And not that they would have to, but I can assure you that that passage was meant to be. Otherwise, I would not have put American soldiers to defend here. I thought they could pass through. Just didn't see the cutoffs and the barbed wire fences that the AI obviously can't negate. And then once again, this is one of those situations where, oh, damn, holy crap, a dozen German soldiers killed by one hand grenade that they must have missed. They probably didn't see it. So what are we looking at now with the Germans? Some of them are coming through. They're kind of crawling up their way, but majority still kind of hugging the trees. And I don't say there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that I value your time. You value mine. So the natural thing will just be to move them to the side. Once again, not controlling them, just moving them to the side, to their original attack path. And I wish there's a day when I can stop excusing and explaining my options and my doings, where I can just trust that everyone will just watch and realize that I'm not trying to favor a side, and that I'm not trying to make anything more boring or faster. I'm trying to create the best battle possible. When that time arrives, I'm going to be one happy camper. But until then, I guess it's just rocking and rolling in the comment section and the commentary. Turns into an explanatory self-defense video instead. Anyway, the Germans are coming through. And there's just a rock here. Okay. Now they'll move around. Ooh, this guy's like feeling the heat. Trying to shoot through the sandbag. That has worked, but... Oh, we got that guy. Nice. Why didn't the Germans use more of their hand grenades? There we go. They got him now. And Germans are coming through over this side. Cool. Got 30 cal though. Still working it. I wonder how many... Let's find out how many kills this guy has now. This American 30 caliber machine gun is responsible for 63 German casualties. 63 German casualties. That is roughly, and I mean really roughly, 1/5 of the... It is exactly almost 1/5 of the German casualties, which is quite good for one soldier with one gun. Yeah, fact is, 300 split in 5 is 60. So, 63 kills, he's responsible for slightly more than 1/5, which is quite insane. They're trying to get him, though. Well, we'll see how that works out. More German soldiers are moving down on this side now. This is actually where they have a chance to make a difference if they can just really utilize it. More American soldiers back here now are starting to open up as the Germans are kind of starting to rush it. They've actually secured some ground they didn't have previously, and they're actually safe from the 30 cal over here, so that's great. How awesome is this, though? Scheiße! Gewinnt der Schuss! Fucking fantastic, man. This guy down here, holding it down. Oh, look at those sandbags just collapsing behind him. He's lucky he's still alive. His partner, not so lucky. Look at that 30 cal fire. Just pinned that hill up there. This is one hell of a massive American trench system. Look at this anyway. This is fantastic. There's a German soldier down here, an MG42 gunner, so we'll see what happens. And these guys are still just kind of hugging the wall here, but as soon as there's a ceasefire, they will return to their scripted paths and walkways. So as soon as there's a slight ceasefire, now there's not one because someone just opened up. Who opened up? Some dude back here. Oh yeah, they're the ones who are like, keep an eye on that. MG42 returning. It's a long-range, distant firefight here. I'll tell you that much. It's really long range. More Germans are starting to come through the opening here. This is one hell of an intense infantry fight. So far, the Germans' extent reaches up here. The Americans are really just kind of pushed back into this corner now, but it's a very defensive and strong one. That 30 cal is going to continue to cut down German infantry that's foolish enough to move here. What's it looking on the infantry progress? Okay, for the sake of this video battle, I will indeed insist to see these German soldiers being put to use. I'm just going to split them up evenly on both sides, evenly and fairly. There we go. Eingriff. And then these guys are stuck. What good is a stuck duck? Okay, here we go. Some people don't even want to move. They don't want to allow themselves to move. They're very stubborn Germans, but they'll be kept back there. Are we looking at any other Germans back here? Unwilling? I can't connect the word unwilling with German SS soldiers, so I doubt that's the case. And you get down from your high horse, or in this case, high hill. You too. And I think that's all the mop-up we need to do. Now all the assets have been deployed. The battle can continue. Look at them moving down. This Panzerfaust soldier is going to be the one to make the furthest... Ooh, he's alive too. Nice. Getting reinforcements. More SA or Gewehr soldiers. SA is like semi-automatic. I don't know. They're called that for some reason. They are semi-automatic, but the in-game. soldier. When the editor, you kind of like get editor hurt. That doesn't make much sense to get editor hurt, but that's when you start calling things after their names in the editor, in their selection menu, rather than the actual real names. Look at that MP40. He's like, his whole cover was shot down, and now was he, but still up there. Look. This guy then. What are you up to? This is crazy. Too much fire. Too much heat. They're holding it down nicely. There goes the second camouflage net. This is such an even battle. It's really showing that this 3-to-1 ratio is just perfect. So are all the positionings, and my choice of opening up back there was excellent. Otherwise, none of this would have been seen. So I really hope you didn't waste your time and breath on writing a stupid comment that everyone's gonna laugh at. Because it's working out great. It's just working out great. Oh mein Gott, wir wollen getroffen. How's it looking down here? There's one guy. Let's look at the minimap. What's it looking like? Look at the top left. This one guy is just standing there. It wouldn't be a DiplexHeated video if I didn't control anyone. So, since it is a DiplexHeated video, I am going to give one order to one guy to make a move for it. Now everyone can complain. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be a DiplexHeated video for me to say that I'm not going to control anyone and then actually not control anyone. It just wouldn't be one. So now we just got some MG up here, and he will not make a big impact on the video. Boo-hoo. All the tears. I am drowning in it. Did they kill the machine gunner? Yes, they did. They did kill the 30 cal. Oh. 79 kills, 80 casualties. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Let's just look from up here. So many casualties. It's just insane. It's hard to fathom. It's unfathomable. Unfathomable? Unfathomable? I don't know. But it's one of those things, you know? Germans coming down here, but they're still getting cut down. I wonder how many soldiers we're looking at still in German power. Oh, did you hear that? Ricochet? This is a little death corridor over here. This is really intense right now. I'm going to increase the size of the minimap, and we're going to get a good look at the remaining assets. What's everyone doing over here? Camarada, are you stuck? Have I accidentally moved someone down into like a no-go zone? I'm trying to make sense. Where'd you go, man? Hombre? Where'd he go? There's an hombre waiting for some assistance over here, and I can't help but wanting to help him. Where the hell did he go? See that red dot over there? God damn it. Where is he? Where the hell is he? There he is. He's stuck. Move. Move. So here they're fine to do whatever they choose. This is great. You need to join the attack, otherwise there won't be much of an attack. That's self-explanatory. And you are also pretty much fine. You also just need to make an attack. And then we have this one guy that's somewhere else. He's up here and moving about. That's cute. He went up the ladder. Very nice. Anyway, that should be all of the extra orders needed to forward the German assault, which, by the way, has been decreased quite monumentally. There are still American soldiers holding down here. Not many, but there are still some. There's still even some holding the center trenches here. And then, of course, you got the troops back here, which have started taking a lot of casualties. Dead. That guy's alive. These guys are just in cover back here. My judgment right now is that the remaining German soldiers will simply not be able to secure this battle today. It's been one hell of a fight, but unfortunately the German manpower back here is just not enough. We're looking at casualties, and it's just a meat grinder. 300 versus 300 versus, let's see how many this guy killed. This machine gun over here killed 16, so not as many as this one. This one killed 80, about 80. So let's look at some of the other infantry that I think can have caused a whole deal of damage. That's 4, 1, 0. So a lot of zeros around here. Maybe some machine gunner. That's 6 kills over there. That's 1 kill. 4 kills, 4 kills. Then again, 6 kills, 4 kills. When they start getting 4 or 6 each, that becomes a whole lot with just 10 men. So it really shows what they've done. Let's get all the remaining last German soldiers here out of the 300 that we're attacking today, and let's storm down in the honor of for Germany, for the Führer. Let's go nuts. Let's blitz down here with our manpower and weapons. I think we'll be able to kill just a few more American soldiers. We're engaging them at a distance. That STG-44 is unfortunately not going to be so efficient when fired in full auto. But they're cutting down some Americans down there, that's for sure. Look at him fall. This is the kind of tactic you got to see. The whole German weapons squad moving down. Really not planning to save any bullets here. Look at that guy. Cut down by that MP40. BAR just like strafing this side here. 2 Germans down. MP40 soldier taking a lot of fire. Oh. Oh. But that's going to be the last. I should say. That's it. What a fantastic battle. Look at that. All the yellow are German soldiers, all the red are American, and I just think it's been crazy. I mean, without this choke point here, they could have looked so different. But the Germans, or the Americans, did not have many alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So they have about just 15 men, about 15, 20 alive, which is only a fifth. So very, very good job for both sides. But ultimately, the kudos have to fall on the Americans. But the positions here are fantastic. It's going to be really hard to attack this anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon again. Ciao.